A very good morning, 6th class. This is the part second video of this chapter. In previous video, we have studied about the rise of new religions and Buddhism, teaching and spread, and art and architecture in the Buddhism period. In this video, we will read about the Jainism and its teaching and spread and Upanishads and exercise and question answer also. Okay, so let's start. Students, Vardhaman Mahavir was the founder of Jainism and his followers known as Jains. Jainism. Who was the founder of Jainism? Founder Vardhaman Mahavira. Okay, Vardhaman Mahavira was the founder of Jainism and his followers are known as followers. Jainism followers known as Jain. Okay. Vardhaman Mahavir was born around 599 BC. Where? Kundagram. Near Vaishali. Vaishali in Bihar. Okay. Vardhaman Mahavir. His father named Siddhartha. Father named Siddhartha. Siddhartha was the head of the Kshatriya. ये क्या थे? Head of Kshatriya clan. Okay, head of Kshatriya clan. And his mother was princess of Lichavi clan, and she was the sister of the ruler of Vaishali. Okay. He was married to a princess. Named Yashoda. Okay. And they had a daughter. And after the death of his parents, he gave up his kingdom and renounced his family ties and become an ascetic. So he left his home at the age of 30 and become an ascetic. He roamed around for the next 12 years and gave up all worldly attachments. He did not even change his clothes during these 12 years. He attained the highest spiritual state of the age of 42 and stopped wearing clothes. He was now known as Mahavira, which means the great hero. He was also known as Jina, which means the conqueror of sorrow as well as happiness. The word Jain and Jainism have been derived from Jina. Some of his followers believed that Mahavira was the last of the 24 Tirthankars or religious teacher. Now we are teaching about teaching of Jainism. Students, Mahavira established the central tenets of Jainism and propagated his religion for 30 years. He believed ahimsa. What is the meaning of ahimsa? Ahimsa means non-violence and equality among all. The most important principle of Jainism is ahimsa or non-injury. He did not want his followers to kill or harm anyone. Okay, not kill or harm anyone, including animal also. Okay, not even animals, birds, insect or plants. And the next, self-sacrifice. It means one should curb one's desire by severe penance and lead an austere life. Means that one could do this by leading a simple, honest, disciplined and balanced life. Okay, and virtues life also given here. It means he wanted his followers to practice the virtues of honesty, kindness, okay, and truthfulness. Okay, and he was also against rituals and sacrifices. It means Mahavira did not believe in unnecessary rituals. Worship of Tirthankar. It means Jainism does not believe in the superiority of Brahmanas superiority. Okay, and they worship their own Tirthankars. And Nirvana, it means Jainism lays stress on attainment of Nirvana or freedom from the cycle of birth and death. Mahavira believed that Nirvana cannot be achieved by the three Ratna or three jewels: right path, right knowledge and right action. Okay, it means right path, right knowledge, and right action. Got it? And he also, according to Jainism, a person is born in a low or high varna because of sins of virtues of his previous birth. They did not condemn the caste system. Okay, caste system. However, they believe that even the members of the lower caste can attain salvation by living a pure life. Okay, so these are the points which denotes the teaching of Jainism. And the students, Jain should never join the military because they did not believe in killing, and that people should not practice agriculture because it destroys the smaller forms of life living in the soil. So the Jains began adopting other occupation by living in towns. Most of them chose to become traders. Now, spread of Jainism. Students, Mahavira used which language? Prakrit language of common people to deliver his message. Okay, and this led to the growth of Jainism, which spread to large parts of India. And Jain, sorry, correct the spelling, do the correct spelling. And royal patronage from kings like Bimbisara, Ajatashatru, and Chandragupta Mayura Maurya helped Jain art, architecture, and literature to flourish. There are beautiful such as Dilwara temple, where at Mount Abu, and Adinath temple in Ranakpur, where in Rajasthan. Okay, and this one is a statue of Jain monk Gomteshwara in Shravanabelagola, where in Karnataka is a beautiful specimen of Jain art. Student, the Jain monks spread the teaching of Mahavira, where from Odisha to Rajasthan and the Karnataka to Tamil Nadu, and set up monasteries at these places. And the student, after the death of Mahavira, Jainism split into two sectors. First one is Shwetambar. Shvetambras. And the second one is Digambras. Okay, and in Shvetambara, the Shvetambras wore white cloths. They wore white cloths. Okay, and they believed in a more liberal form of Jainism. And today, Shvetambara Jainism is more popular. Shvetambara. But the Digambaras were sky clad. They did not wear any clothes. Did not wear any clothes. This is the big difference between Shvetambar and Digambaras. What? Shvetambaras wore white clothes, but they did not wear clothes. Okay, and Digambaras followed a more austere life, and they followed the original teaching of Mahavira. But one more thing, student, जो Jainism है, however, did not spread as much as Buddhism. Okay, why? Because the Jainism was mostly followed by traders. Insistence and absolute non-violence made it difficult. Non-violence, it means absence. Sorry, insistence. Insistence of absolute non-violence. Non-violence. And here is non-violence mean his followers do not kill or harm anyone, not even animals, bird, insect or plants. So that's why it non-violence made difficult for farmers. Farmers के लिए difficult रहा ये, artisans and craftsmen to follow Jainism. और farmers were required to kill insect and pests to protect their crops. Now we are talking about the Upanishads. And students, around the time of Buddha and Mahavira, there were other thinkers too who felt the need for a change and questioned some of the practices going on the Indian society. Okay, and there are 108 main Upanishads. 108 main Upanishads that are believed to have been written कब लिखे गए ये written between 800 and 400 BC. Okay. The Upanishads contain the essence of the Hindu philosophy. What contain? Contain the essence of Hindu philosophy. Okay. And students, according to Upanishads, what? The human body survives because of the presence of the soul, which is known as Atman. And the body dies when the Atma lives. And the Atma cannot be destroyed by any means. It is reborn in any other forms. The Upanishads tell us that the Atma can become free after death. And Upanishads also collection of texts. Okay, which contain the fundamental teaching. What contain? Fundamental teaching. Okay, fundamental teaching which are central to Hinduism. Okay, central to Hinduism, and what the concepts are also given. Concepts of karma. The concepts of karma. Okay, and reincarnation. Okay, and moksha also. मोक्ष मीन्स निर्वाणा, जहाँ पे जन्म और मृत्यु का कोई डर नहीं होता. ओके, एंड द आत्मा. ओके, मीन्स soul. So these are the collection of texts which contain the fundamental teaching which are central to Hinduism. The concept of karma, reincarnation, moksha, and the Atman. Okay, and the term Upanishad literally means sitting down near. It means sitting down near. Okay. It points to a period when groups of pupils sat near the teacher and learned from him sitting in the forest or ashrams. Okay, and most Upanishadic thinkers were men, especially Brahmin and Rajas. Occasionally there is mention of women thinkers such as Gargi, who was famous for her knowledge. Okay, and Upanishads are in form of dialogues between teachers and students. They are criticized and excessive rituals and sacrifice prevalent in the Indian society of the time, and they emphasize the value of right belief and knowledge. Now the students, our chapter is over. I think you got it. We have studied in this chapter about the rise of new religions and war, Buddhism and Jainism. Okay, and we have already studied the teaching and spread of Buddhism and Jainism and arc and architecture that time, and Upanishads also. Okay, so now this is time for doing the exercise. So let's start. So the students, here is a C part, a D part given. Compare Buddhism and Jainism. So similarities and differences you have to write. So first one is here, you have to write believe in reincarnation. That is the similarities between Buddhism and Jainism. Second one, believe association of those who left their homes to gain true knowledge. और वो कौन थे? Monks. Now second one, a sect of Buddhism that believe in the original teaching of Buddhism, and who were Hinayana. Okay, and dome shaped structure where relics of Buddha are preserved, that is called stupa. And the fourth one, a sect of Buddhism that worshipped Buddha as a god, who worshipped Mahayana. And the next one, a sect of Jainism whose followers wore white clothes and were less orthodox. So these were Shwetambaras. And next one, a Buddhist hall of worship, that is called Chaityas. Now also fill in the blanks given at that side. A sect of Jainism whose followers did not wear clothes and led an austere life, who was Digambaras. Now a collection of texts which contain a fundamental teaching central to Hinduism, Upanishads. And next one, place where the monks of the Sangha lived and prayed, that is monasteries. You have to write here monasteries. Okay, so true or false also you have to yourself. Now this chapter is completed. I think you got it. So MCQs and true false and this identify the following F part. Try to solve yourself. In next video we will start our next chapter. So till then, do your work complete and keep reading.